Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Narendra Modi sworn in as Prime Minister of India for a historic third consecutive term. 29 other cabinet ministers, 5 ministers of state with independent charge, and 36 ministers of state take oath. 9 pilgrims killed and more than 30 injured as bus falls into gorge after a terror attack in India's Jammu and Kashmir. President condoles the deaths. Prime Minister directs the Lieutenant Governor to monitor the situation. France's President Emmanuel Macron dissolves Parliament, calls a snap parliamentary election on 30th of June after a heavy loss in EU vote. And in cricket, India beats arch-rival Pakistan by 6 runs in a thrilling T20 World Cup encounter. Sunday was a historic day for India. Narendra Modi was sworn in as the country's Prime Minister for a third consecutive term. President Draupadi Murmu administered the oaths of office and secrecy to Modi. Along with the Prime Minister, the Council of Ministers also took oaths. The ceremony was attended by leaders of India's neighboring countries. Industry leaders and actors also attended the swearing-in ceremony.
Sunday was a historical day in India's democratic system. Narendra Modi took oath as Prime Minister of India for the third consecutive term on Sunday. With this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the second Prime Minister of India after Jawaharlal Nehru to form a government at the centre for the third time in a row. Prime Minister Modi was administered oath of office and secrecy by President Draupadi Murmu at the forecourt of India's President's House or Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi.
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा। मैं संघ के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि जो विषय संघ के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा।
Alongside Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Members of his Council of Ministers also took their oath. Some of those who took oath as ministers included Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Nitin Gadkari, J.P. Nadda, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Nirmala Sitharaman, Dr. S. Jaishankar, Manohar Lal, Piyush Goyal, Dharmendra Pradhan, Sarbananda Sonowal, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Bhupendra Yadav, Kiran Rijiju, Hardeep Singh Puri, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, among others. While among NDA allies who took oath as ministers included JDS leader H.D. Kumaraswamy, Hindustani Awam Morcha leader Jitan Ram Manjhi, JDU leader Rajiv Ranjan Singh or Lallan Singh, LJP leader Chirag Paswan, TDP leader Ram Mohan Naidu. Among other politicians who attended the event included TDP leader Chandrababu Naidu, JDU leader Nitish Kumar, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, Jan Sena Chief Pawan Kalyan, among others. With over 9,000 guests, the event was attended by a number of foreign dignitaries as part of India's Neighbourhood First policy. The swearing-in ceremony witnessed the presence of Nepali Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Maldives President Mohammad Muizu, Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Mauritius Prime Minister Pravin Jugnauth, and Vice President of Seychelles Ahmed Afif. The swearing-in ceremony also saw the presence of top industry leaders including Mukesh Ambani, Gautam Adani, and Kumar Mangalam Birla, while Bollywood actors including Shah Rukh Khan, Akshay Kumar, and Raveena Tandon also attended the swearing-in ceremony. In the recently concluded elections, the National Democratic Alliance or NDA secured absolute majority by winning 293 seats.
India's President Draupadi Murmu hosted a banquet in honor of the South Asian and African leaders who attended the inauguration of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The leaders who attended the banquet included Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Maldives President Mohammad Muizu, Seychelles Vice President Ahmed Afif, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Kumar Jugnauth, Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachand, and Prime Minister of Bhutan Shering Tobgay. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, a former Chief Minister of the Central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh and newly elected lawmaker from Vidisha, was sworn in as a cabinet minister on Sunday. He said that the country will achieve new milestones under Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
महत्वपूर्ण ये है कि हम अपने देश के लिए कितना जीते हैं और क्या कर पाते हैं। मैं बहुत भावविभोर हूँ। अपने महान राष्ट्र की सेवा करने का अवसर मुझे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने दिया है। उनके नेतृत्व में भारत नई ऊंचाइयां छुएगा और मेरा अपना विश्वास है कि बौद्धिकता की अग्नि में दग्ध विश्व मानवता को शाश्वत शांति के पथ का दिग्दर्शन कराएगा। दिन और रात अपनी संपूर्ण क्षमता के साथ परिश्रम करके अपने देश के लिए और अपनी जनता के लिए प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में और नेतृत्व में बेहतर से बेहतर करने का प्रयास करें।
Chirag Paswan, another newly elected lawmaker from the Lok Janshakti Party Ram Vilas, an ally of the BJP, took oath as a cabinet minister on Sunday. He said that the government will work towards bridging the gap between the rich and poor.
देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री जी का हमेशा लक्ष्य क्लियर है, गरीब कल्याण से अपने आप को जोड़ने का। उनकी योजनाएं भी उसी सोच के साथ आती हैं। ऐसे में जो जिम्मेदारी हम लोग को मिले, उसमें भी गरीबों को कैसे हम लोग मुख्य धारा के साथ जोड़ सकें। मैंने उस दिन सेंट्रल हॉल में अपने संबोधन में भी कहा था, अमीरी गरीबी के बीच की खाई को पाटना है, गांव और शहर की दूरी को मिटाना है। इसी लक्ष्य के साथ ये सरकार आगे बढ़ेगी।
BJP leader Jyotiraditya Scindia, who was Minister of Civil Aviation and Steel in the previous Modi government, took oath as cabinet minister on Sunday. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi's new government will remain committed to the overall development of the country.
जिस प्रधानमंत्री ने इस देश की समस्त एक एक क्षेत्र का समग्र विकास किया है, समग्र प्रगति की है, देश का परचम विश्व पटल पर लहराया है और आज तीसरी टर्म में प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में भारत आर्थिक रूप से एक नक्षत्र के तरफ तेजी से बढ़ रहा है और उसी के साथ साथ एक एक क्षेत्र, एक एक राज्य और एक एक व्यक्ति के विकास, यही प्रधानमंत्री जी का संकल्प है।
At least 9 pilgrims were killed and more than 30 injured when a bus plunged into a gorge following a terror attack in India's Jammu and Kashmir. With the help of locals, the police evacuated all the passengers and rushed the injured to various hospitals. The incident took place when terrorists opened fire on the bus that was returning from a temple in Riyasi to Katra. According to the police, the driver lost balance and the bus fell into a gorge because of the firing. India's President Draupadi Murmu condoled the loss of lives in the terror attack. President Murmu said in a social media post, and I quote, "I am anguished by the terrorist attack on a bus carrying pilgrims in Riyasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. This dastardly act is a crime against humanity and must be condemned in the strongest words. The nation stands with the families of the victims. I pray for the speedy recovery of the injured." Unquote. Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha condemned the attack. He said that those behind it would be brought to justice. The LG said an operation has been launched to hunt down the terrorists. He further said Prime Minister Narendra Modi took stock of the situation and has asked me to constantly monitor the situation. All those behind this heinous act will be punished soon. The Prime Minister has also directed that all the injured are provided the best possible medical care and assistance. And now take a look at what else is making news in India. The BJP appointed Rajnath Singh and Bhupender Yadav as observers for the selection of the Chief Minister of the eastern Indian state of Odisha. The oath-taking ceremony that was scheduled for the 10th of June stands postponed. Sikkim's Prem Singh Tamang will take oath as Chief Minister on Monday. The ceremony was deferred by a day because of Tamang's visit to New Delhi. This will be Tamang's second term as Chief Minister of the northeastern Indian state. India's top court will hear a matter pertaining to water crisis in the country's capital, New Delhi. On 6th June, the court had directed the Himachal Pradesh government to release 137 cusecs of surplus water available with it to Delhi. It had also directed the Haryana government to facilitate the flow of water between the two. The Archaeological Survey of India ended its 80th day of survey at the Bodhshala complex in the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh. The Madhya Pradesh High Court had told the agency to conduct a scientific survey of the controversial site. Still to come on DD India Live. Far-right parties make gains in European Union's parliament election. Israel's centrist minister Benny Gantz quits Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu government. And Spain's Carlos Alcaraz wins his maiden French Open men's singles trophy.
Welcome to Jaipur.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Hundreds of millions of Europeans cast their vote to select 720 members of the European Parliament. With polls now closed for European election, it's now becoming clear who the winners and losers are across the EU's 27 member states. The first projections for the EU Parliament election show the centre-right European People's Party has strengthened its majority in Parliament. The centre-right European People's Party has won 191 seats, confirming its role as the largest bloc in the European Parliament. The Socialists and Democrats bloc was always projected to come in second, and it has, winning 135 seats. Liberal Renew lost 22 seats and the Greens have lost 20. It's a very disappointing result for both. Right-wing and far-right groupings ECR and ID have stayed roughly the same with 71 and 58 seats respectively. As it stands, the EPP, the ECR and ID would not reach a majority if they were to work together, but the current coalition between EPP, SND and Renew would. It's unclear what groupings the 95 independent members of the European Parliament will decide to support. Some of them belong to Viktor Orban's right-wing Fidesz party, while others are members of the far-right German Alternative for Deutschland. As early results from the bloc's election were released, incumbent European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said she wanted to build a majority in EU's parliament for a strong and effective Europe and was confident that she could win a new mandate.
Yes, I am confident, but of course, I know that there's still a lot of hard work ahead of me. I'm happy to address this work. But I'm definitely confident what my running for a second mandate is concerned. My aim is to continue on this path with those who are pro-European, pro-Ukraine, pro-rule of law. And as of tomorrow, this work starts again.
Meanwhile, in a shocking move, France's President Emmanuel Macron on Sunday called for a snap parliamentary election. Macron's decision came after he dissolved the parliament earlier because of his party's unsatisfactory results in the recent EU Parliament election. Macron was trounced in the European Union vote by Marine Le Pen's far-right party, the National Rally. According to the exit polls, National Rally won around 32% of the vote, more than double Macron ticket's 15%. Macron's widely unexpected decision could leave him in a nearly powerless position if National Rally Party wins a parliamentary majority.
Aux consultations prévues à l'article 12 de notre Constitution.
After having proceeded with the consultations as provided in the Article 12 of our Constitution, I decided to give back to you the choice for the future of our Parliament with a vote, and so I am dissolving tonight our National Assembly. This is not a good result for parties that defend Europe, including the presidential majority. The parties of the far right, which in recent years oppose so much progress driven by our Europe, these parties are making gains everywhere around the continent.
Que la parole soit donnée au peuple souverain.
Whereas French far-right leader Marine Le Pen has welcomed President Macron's call for new parliamentary election. The far-right leader says that they are ready to take over the power if the French give them their trust in the upcoming national election.
We are ready to exercise power if the French trust us during these future legislative elections. We are ready to build the country, ready to defend the interest of the French, ready to put an end to mass immigration, ready to make the purchasing power of the France a priority, ready to build the reindustrialization of the country. Overall, we are ready to build the country, ready to revive France.
All right, moving on. Iran's Guardian Council, which oversees elections and legislation, has approved 6 candidates to run for president in upcoming election. According to State TV, Iran's hardline parliament speaker Mohammad Baqir Khalibaf, former chief nuclear negotiator Saeed Jalili, and Tehran's conservative mayor Ali Reza Zakani are the candidates who are on the list. Election office spokesperson also includes Masood Pezeshkian, a reformist lawmaker, Mustafa Pur Mohammadi, a former interior minister, and Amir Hussain Ghazizadeh Hashmi, a conservative politician, on the list. With the announcements of the final list, the electoral activities officially started in Iran. The national election is due to take place on the 28th of June. And Israeli Minister Benny Gantz announced his resignation from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's emergency government on Sunday. Gantz said Netanyahu is preventing us from advancing towards true victory. That is why we are leaving the government. Calling for early election, he said there should be elections to establish a government that will win the trust of people and be able to face challenges. Meanwhile, Netanyahu issued a brief statement calling on Gantz not to abandon the front. But his departure will not endanger the parliamentary majority. Gantz is seen as Netanyahu's main political rival in Israel. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is set to host a 2-day meeting of BRICS foreign ministers in Nizhny Novgorod. The meeting will center on the latest developments in Gaza with a focus on regional and global concerns such as Ukraine and Syria. DD India's correspondent Dasha Chernyshova has more from Moscow.
Foreign ministers of the BRICS countries are gathering in Russia's city of Nizhny Novgorod for a 2-day summit. What makes this year's edition especially interesting is the expanded format, as during the Ministerial Council an already expanded grouping will hold an extended session with the participation of the delegations from what's called like-minded states, representing regional interaction formats such as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, ASEAN, the African Union, the League of Arab States, and many others. The summit will be headed by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, as Russia is holding the rotating chairmanship in the group, and joint efforts to strengthen multilateralism and international relations is expected to dominate the agenda. The ministers will discuss current international and regional issues, interaction among BRICS states, and the group's cooperation with other countries. Russian Foreign Ministry says the participants will talk about the role of the countries of the global South and East in the process of establishing a, quote, more fair world order. Special attention will be paid to the fulfillment of the Johannesburg Declaration and defining the modalities for a new category of partner states. That is part of the preparation for the Leaders' Summit that is due to be held in Kazan in October. Dasha Chernyshova in Moscow, reporting for DD India.
In the run-up to the International Day of Yoga on 21st June, the Ramna Yoga Society in Bangladesh's capital Dhaka teamed up with the Indira Gandhi Cultural Centre of the High Commission of India to host an event on Saturday. Bangladesh's Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Rokeya Sultana, was the chief guest on the occasion. The event featured yoga performances by practitioners and experts alike. All right, now take a look at what else is making news around the world. The death toll in an attack by suspected Islamist rebels on 7th June in the Democratic Republic of the Congo has risen to 41. Following the attack, the country's armed forces went on a patrol urging villagers to remain in their homes and not flee despite a surge in violence. An army spokesperson said the attack had been carried out by members of the Allied Democratic Forces. A British TV presenter, Michael Mosley, was found dead on an island in Greece days after he disappeared during a walk. The body of the 67-year-old was found on Sunday morning local time, ending a 4-day search that included aircraft, drones and sniffer dogs. The body was transferred to the neighboring island of Rhodes for tests. To sports news now. India beats arch rivals Pakistan by 6 runs in a last over thriller on Sunday. India roared back into the game in the second half of the Pakistani innings and restricted Pakistan to 113 for 7 in response to its score of 119 all out. Apart from Rishabh Pant, no other Indian batter could cross the 40-run mark. For their part, the Pakistani bowlers dominated from the start. Haris Rauf and Naseem Shah took 3 wickets each. Mohammad Amir took 2 wickets and Shaheen Shah Afridi took 1 wicket. Spain's Carlos Alcaraz clinched his maiden French Open men's singles trophy on Sunday, beating Germany's Alexander Zverev in a 5-set showdown. Alcaraz claimed his 3rd Grand Slam title after winning Wimbledon last year and the US Open in 2022. The 21-year-old also became the youngest man to win Grand Slam titles on all 3 surfaces. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of DD India Live. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on the screen to download it. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and Instagram. You can also check out our website ddindia.co.in. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. From all of us here in New Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.